Good morning, viewers. You're watching Savera Morning Bulletin with me, Vidhi Joshi. The Ministry of External Affairs on Thursday clarified that the recent amendments in the United States fact sheet on the framework for the India-US interim trade agreement reflect the shared understandings between both the sides. During the weekly media briefing, MEA spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal was asked about changes made in the updated White House document and said that the joint statement issued by the two nations continues to guide the process. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal on Thursday said that India will receive concessional duty excess for garments made using American yarn and cotton under its trade agreement with the United States, similar to the benefits currently enjoyed by Bangladesh. Hours after Shiva Mishra, son of local tobacco baron K.K. Mishra, was arrested on Thursday in connection with a high-profile Lamborghini crash, that court rejected the police request for custody remand in the case. The judge dismissed the remand application and directed that Shiva Mishra be released on a personal bond of Rs 20,000. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva will pay a state visit to India from February 18 to 22 and participate in the second AI summit to be held in the national capital from February 19 to 20, the Ministry of External Affairs said on Thursday. India is all set to acquire 114 Rafale jets from France in a major defence deal, which is poised to be worth a whopping Rs 3.25 lakh crore after Defence Minister Rajnath Singh led Defence Acquisition Council cleared the proposal. Out of this, around 2.5 lakh crore is dedicated to the aircraft, while the rest has been earmarked for weapons, spares and essential support packages. A 25-year-old female nurse succumbed to Nipah virus complications at a private hospital in Barasat, North 24 Parganas district of West Bengal, marking the first such death from the virus in the state's recent history. Sarla Maheshwari, veteran Doordarshan anchor who was one of the most prominent faces of DD News in the 1980s and the 1990s, passed away on Thursday at the age of 71. Her last rites will be held at the Nigam Bodh Ghat in New Delhi. The centre will not move a privilege motion against Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha Rahul Gandhi, but his remarks will be expunged from Parliament records. Reports said the government is expected to seek the expunction of remarks made by Rahul Gandhi during his speech in the Lok Sabha on Wednesday. Syed Iqbal of the Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray faction was on Thursday elected mayor of the Parbhani City Municipal Corporation, that is PCMC, in central Maharashtra with Congress support after defeating the Bharatiya Janata Party's candidate Tirumalla Khilare by a margin of 13 votes. A major controversy has erupted at King George's Medical University in Lucknow over alleged illegal mazars, that is religious structures situated within the campus premises, and the university has so far issued 2 notices to the bodies overseeing all these structures, directing them to remove the mazars. A 17-year-old boy was allegedly stabbed to death in outer North Delhi's Bhavana area. Police said on Thursday 7 people, including 4 juveniles, have been apprehended in connection with the incident. Police said that they received information about a stabbing at around 9:36 p.m. on Wednesday. 2 women were killed after the car they were travelling in collided with a parked truck at the Ghazipur Toll Plaza on the National Highway 24 in Delhi on Thursday. The victims were travelling from Dehradun to Delhi when the accident took place. In a major breakthrough, the Amritsar Commissionerate Police has dismantled a cross-border narcotics smuggling network, arresting 2 operatives and recovering a huge consignment of 7 kg, 630 grams of heroin along with Rs 21,800 drug money. The Supreme Court on Wednesday came down heavily on the makers of the upcoming Netflix film Goose Court Pandit over its allegedly derogatory title, observing that freedom of speech and expression cannot be used as a license to denigrate a section of society. The local administration in Kathmandu has banned protests involving more than 5 people at Tribhuvan International Airport and nearby areas for 1 month starting Friday. The District Administration Office, Kathmandu, issued the order after learning that some groups were planning to hold protests at the international airport. U.S. President Donald Trump and industry leaders describe coal as a strategic source of rare earth elements and critical minerals, expanding its role beyond traditional power generation. At the White House Champion of Coal event on Wednesday, Jim Gregg, CEO of Peabody Energy, said that the industry was working closely with the administration on new opportunities. A 28-year-old Hindu man was found dead with visible injury marks on his body in Bangladesh Maulvi Bazar district just a day before the crucial general elections, raising fresh anxieties among minority communities over possible election-linked violence amid an already tense political atmosphere. A bipartisan group of 100 members of Congress has urged Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to exempt the healthcare sector from a new $100,000 fee on employees petitioning for H-1B visas, warning it could deepen staffing shortages and limit access to care across the U.S. Attack on a police post in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Bannu took place on Wednesday. 3 militants were killed and 9 others were injured during the interaction with the police, the Dawn reported. According to the reports, the militants lodged a late-night attack assault on the Khornia Khel police post in the district's Wazir subdivision with heavy weapons intending to seize control of the facility. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met US President Donald Trump at the White House on Wednesday, marking their 6th meeting since Donald Trump returned to office in early 2025. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is now meeting with US President Donald Trump at the White House, Israel PM's office said. Game 17 of the ongoing T20 World Cup 2026 saw Nepal taking on Italy. The two sides locked arms at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. The clash began with Nepal coming into bat first. It is worth noting that both Nepal and Italy had lost their first game of the season and both the teams hoped for a good performance. Notably, Italy has registered a massive and historic first win in T20 World Cup against Nepal. Thomas Tuchel has extended his contract as England manager through to Euro 2028. The German coach had initially signed a deal in January 2025 that was set to run until the 2026 World Cup, but he has now committed to a longer stay, saying there is no secret to anyone that I have loved every minute so far. Indian captain Surya Kumar Yadav has confirmed that Abhishek Sharma will be unavailable for selection for a game or two, ruling him out of India's Group A fixture against Namibia in Delhi on Thursday. And Abhishek, the world number 1 T20 batter, is sidelined with a stomach-related illness. In what is now yet another major controversy to rock cricket in South Asia in recent months, Afghanistan players have pulled out of Pakistan Super League's inaugural player auction, a troubling pattern that suggests geopolitical tensions are increasingly dictating the region's cricketing landscape. Steve Smith has become the most expensive player in Pakistan Super League history after being directly signed by the new franchisee Sialkot Stallions for PKR 14 crore or approximately USD 500,000. This landmark deal was a part of the league's first players auction, which replaced the long-standing draft system and drew significant local and international attention. Guinea Wet Sunny 2, directed by Prashant Jha and produced by Vinod Bachchan, is all set to bring a new chapter to the franchisee with its theatrical release on April 24, and the film feature actors Avinash Tiwari and Medha Shankar in the lead roles, marking a significant shift from the original cast and story direction. The Delhi High Court on Thursday took up Bollywood actor Rajpal Yadav's bail application in the cheque bounce case and sought a reply from the complainant, and the matter has now been listed for hearing on February 16, that is Monday, after a request was made on behalf of the actor. Just weeks before it is scheduled to release in theatres, Toxic, a fairy tale for grown-ups, has run into fresh controversy. The Yash Tara, already one of the most anticipated films of the year, is now facing objections from a Christian organisation over alleged religious insensitivity. Shahid Kapoor has heightened anticipation for his upcoming film O Romeo by unveiling a new promo just a day before its theatrical release, and the teaser has quickly grabbed fans' attention, building excitement for the film that also stars Tripti Dimri as the leading lady and is all set to hit theatres on February 13. Punjabi superstar Shehnaz Gill on Thursday unveiled the first poster of her upcoming film, Ishqnama, which she described as a true story of the true lovers. Taking to social media, Shehnaz announced first picture from my upcoming movie, Ishqnama, true story of true lovers, Nima Nasima, releasing 24 July 2026 in cinemas worldwide. Retail inflation edged up to 2.75% in January 2026 under the revised Consumer Price Index series, with base year 2024 marking the first release under the new methodology. The data released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation reflects a major statistical overhaul aimed at making India's inflation measure more representative of current consumption patterns. HDFC Mutual Fund has launched the HDFC Nifty India Consumption Index Fund. According to the information, the scheme is designed to provide investors with exposure to companies expected to benefit from India's long-term consumption growth. Shares of renewable energy player RDB Infrastructure and Power are in focus after the company shared an important business update in its latest exchange filing, and the company informed investors that it has signed a non-binding letter of intent with MS Primark Projects Private Limited for the construction of substructure and superstructure of the proposed project Primark Advika. Shares of Pavna Industries Limited, a supplier of auto components to passengers vehicle, two-wheelers, three-wheelers and light and heavy commercial vehicles, were in focus after the company announced its December quarter results, and the company released its Q3 results after market hours on Wednesday, and the stock traded in the green in the following session. Shares of fast-moving consumer goods started trading session gap at Rs 81.70 with a gain of 3.79% from the previous close of Rs 78.72 on the BSE. Truecaller, one of the popular private caller ID tracking apps, has just released its Insights Report 2025 focusing on India, and the number is quite high. As per the reports, it is being reported over 4,100 crore spam calls were reported in 2025. Colorful Technology is rolling out its new Evolve P15 gaming laptops with the new Evolve lineup with some serious power-up, and these are 15.6-inch gaming machines which are further packed with the latest NVIDIA GeForce RTX 50 series laptop GPUs focused on professional gamers, creators or anyone who loves raw performance without any lag, delay or issue. Dominant AI ecosystem players NVIDIA, Google and OpenAI will be among 400 exhibitors participating in the 5-day India AI Impact Expo 2026, a senior government official said on Thursday. Bharat Taxi users can now make UPI payments for their ride with Paytm, and the government-backed cooperative ride-hailing service which taxes on Uber and Ola has signed a memorandum of understanding with Paytm, allowing the duo to use their respective platforms to provide a seamless experience for riders as well as drivers. AI is rewriting the definition of software engineering from being just a coding assistant. AI systems are now becoming the primary authors of software, taking over the very task that once defined the profession. From OpenAI and Google to Anthropic, automation in coding is spreading across Silicon Valley and beyond.